Hello everybody, this is Mole Trap, and I'm here alongside Diggity. We're doing the commentary of the week. This is the third SC2GG commentary of the week, and we're very excited about this game. We were introducing something new for this game here, so we're going to need you to actually get things before the game, so you pause and go get a raw onion for Smell-O-Vision. This is the first ever Smell-O-Vision commentary. And so the reason you need an onion is because I had a sandwich earlier with onions in it, and my breath stinks. Okay, so you need that onion nearby to get the full experience of this commentary. In any case, this is Mind in the bottom left corner in red. He's going to be playing a little-known Zerg player by the name of Jaedong. And for those of you that are new to the StarCraft scene, welcome to StarCraft. And I was being sarcastic. Jaedong is not little-known whatsoever. He's basically the best Zerg player in the game right now, and we honestly don't expect Mind to put up too much of a fight against Jaedong, especially on a Zerg favoring map like Bluestorm, but we'll see,
So he's big known? I don't know. Anyway, Mind, yeah, he's really... well, you said little known, I'm saying, so he's big known? Never mind, stupid joke. We'll continue with the commentary with less stupid jokes, how about that?
Mind not... thing was not a stupid joke at all.
Yeah, of course not, yeah. This is what you guys pay for, which is absolutely nothing. So, anyway, yeah, Mind is really good in the other two matches. I think he's near the top, actually, in Terran versus Protoss and Terran versus Terran. He's just really sharp with Terran mech units. Not so sharp with Medic and Marines, especially against Mutalisks, in my opinion. And this is Jaedong. Jaedong's really awesome with Mutalisks. I remember seeing him play Flash in the GSI on this map, and I have no idea what any player could have done against that. Fortunately, they have adjusted it. There's a little bit more space behind the mineral lines. Looks like Jaedong's going to go for a 12th hatch. And I'm also curious if Mind's going to go for that quick expand. I think we saw kind of the I want to say the progenitor. I'm not sure if that's the actual right word for that, but whatever. Someone can look it up and put the definition in. We saw kind of the precursor, how about that, to the kind of the Firebat Hero Fast expansion build that we've been seeing a lot of recently from Mind when he was playing Savior in the MSL a while ago. So keep that in mind. Mind did beat Savior when he was really at his height, in my opinion. So maybe he'll show us something here. He is known for cheesing now and then, so I think he could cheese Jaedong here, but I think in a straight-up fight, he's going to have a really hard time, especially when he has to rely on Medic Marines, which I think is his weakest unit set, and he is, in fact, going for that quick command center expand and lifting his barracks off and bringing it back, which surprises me. So it looks like he's going to go for a quick push on Jaedong. I think Jaedong's going to be expecting it. I'm surprised he did that because, one, it's not a 4-player map, 2, it's Bluestorm. As you can see, that spawning pool is being built. And it looks like, wow. So Jaedong trying to put up a 3rd hatchery, and Mind doing an excellent job of harassing it. And it looks like he might even take that drone out. Jaedong is going to back it off, so that's going to delay that 3rd hatchery even longer. So excellent job by Mind thus far.
Indeed, yeah, I'm not sure why I moved that barracks back, and wow. Oh man, the Korean commentators are going crazy. I think it might be because he hasn't built a Marine yet. Do you think that's the case there?
Yeah.
They were going absolutely crazy over that 2nd barracks, and I have to admit I'm not sure exactly why. But yeah, Mind, I really think he should have put that barracks up in front, because Jaedong, I mean, he can go either way. Usually he does go for like a more economic build, where he'll just build a few Zerglings, and it looks like that's what he's built, just a couple. Yeah, he didn't save up his larvae to get 6 slings out very quickly. So that's what he's doing there. So I guess Mind is kind of safe in that respect, but I still do think that he should have been a little bit more protective of his front door there. Although, yeah, so just two lings chasing around that scouting SCV, so I guess he's not in too much trouble right now. Oh, I thought I was going to go for the Overlord there. I guess he's not going to after all. Yeah, so, go ahead.
He wasn't quite in position for it, that's all I wanted to say. In the meantime, Mind's scout doing an excellent job running around there. And Jaedong putting up his lair. And we'll see if Mind that's going to be important. I think Mind wants to scout that out. Although I think he's pretty much just assuming that Jaedong's going to be going with that Spire and Mutalisks.
Yeah, that's a pretty safe assumption, since I think out of the last 20 Terran versus Zerg versus Terran games, Jaedong has gone for Mutalisks about 20 of them, approximately. By the way, progenitor, noun, a person or thing from which a person, animal, or plant is descended or originates. So you had it right. Jaedong's sending out a few links here just to get a little bit of scout in. Honestly, if he went for a lot of lings right now, he could get in Mind's front door pretty easily. Mind would hopefully scout that and be able to react, but he's only got 2 racks up. So he's not putting out a lot of Marines right now. He only has 7 or 8 of them at this front door right now. He does have his academy up, so he's going to be getting fire bats and medics out pretty soon. And he's not going to get that second scout in there. I guess his first scouting SCV was killed, so he's not going to be able to see this spire going down. Yep, there's the spire. Wait, make it 21 out of 21. Occasionally Zergs do go for, you know, quick lurkers, and they don't even bother with the spire. That happens sometimes. So that is a possibility. But that's not what he... Oh, Mine's troops spread out! Totally spread out! Jaedong just stuck his lings right in between all of them. The Marines were not able to focus their fire, and the medics were not able to heal as well, taking out a few Marines there, and losing about one Zergling per Marine. That's a pretty good deal.
In the meantime, he managed to sneak that scout right through. He did, I think, see the spire. Jaedong, in the meantime, has expanded to the bottom right-hand corner, which is extremely risky. I think he's doing that. I think he knows that Mine's gone for that fast expansion. I think he's doing a calculated risk here, hoping that he can keep Mine busy with his Zerglings between his main base, between secondaries. You can see Mine starting to retreat right here. Actually, no, he's going to engage with this fire bat. And see, you just put the fire bat a little too far ahead. He's going to allow this force to get taken out. He's just not as good with the medic Marines as he is with the Terran mech. That getting taken out. Now he's on the defensive, and I think, as a result, Jaedong is going to be able to get that expansion to the bottom right hand corner out. Mine now putting down a factory. We'll see if he's going to go for some quick science vessels here. But anyway, but yeah, wow, Zergling's pushing in. They are going to get kicked back by, it looks like, a decent size, still going to harass there. Now the turret's going up. Those turrets are down, I think, a little bit early, actually. Yeah, see, they're going to be well prepared for that Mutalisc harass coming down. I'm surprised he didn't put a bunker behind that back line. Sometimes that's even necessary. But in the meantime, Jaedong in a very strong economic position. As you can see, he put down that hatchery as Mine was pushing on his front door. And Jaedong doing an excellent job, as you can see, keeping Mine on his heels, keeping him harassed, keeping those units spread out. And this, wow, this could be a lot of Mutalisks here. I can see 6 already, and the question is, wow. Yeah, Mine, I really feel like he's on his back heel. He does have enough to deal with this Mutalisk harass. But in the meantime, Jaedong's essentially going to take over the map.
He only has 3 barracks. He has like maybe a full control group of Marines there. I don't think he's prepared for this Mutalisk. He's got a lot of turrets up, but I don't think that's gonna be too big of a problem for Jaedong. I'm not sure. Jaedong diving in there, losing a Mutalisk a little bit carelessly, engaging directly in the front instead of trying to shimmy around the side. And you know what? Maybe Mine does have enough turrets around that he is going to be able to deal with this. But in the meantime, Jaedong has very quickly gotten his full 11 Mutalisks. And so he's going to be able to do some good harassment here. Usually, harassment, Mutalisk harassment, for those of you who don't know, the purpose of it is to occupy the Terran long enough to get something like lurkers or to increase your tech. Very rarely does a Zerg go complete Mutalisks, just 100% Mutalisks. And there's the Hydralisk den, so we are going to see, it looks like, lurkers going down. So basically, it looks like Mine has too many turrets for him to do anything, but he's just going to have to use those Mutalisks to keep Mine in his base while he gets those lurkers out, and I think he should be capable of doing that, especially since, yeah, you know, I'm honestly surprised he's not going for econ a little bit more, but he's engaging the Marines a little bit more safely now, and yeah, just picking a few off there. Jaedong's Mutalisk harass is just beautiful to behold.
Right there, though, you can see the range upgrade really, the Marine range upgrade really playing its part. No, Zergling's pushing in. Not enough Marines there to stop that, and those 2 top turrets are going to go down. That's really going to open up the harass for Jaedong in the meantime. And looks like the Zerglings are finally going to be taken care of, but not before losing about 4 SCVs, and that's really what Jaedong needed there. I was about to say that Jaedong's harass really wasn't as spectacular as I was expecting it to be. Looks like that level 1 weapons upgrade was finished by that point, but he basically took out a Marine for a Mutalisk, which is a really bad exchange for Zerg. Still, he got those Overlords in a nice position. Yeah, you can see the little red splotches that happen every once in a while. Not seeing it there. You see right there, that Mutalisk went down, another one went down. Now engaging the middle of the field here, but I think, even though Mine's going to lose this fight, I still think he's in a really strong position. We'll see if he gets those medics out. Re-engaging with some backup Marines here, so he is going to be able to actually take this fight. I was just about to say, once the reinforcements come in, he's going to be able to continue to push. Now we see some Hydralisks out. Jaedong is a little spread out. I don't know if he can defend the bottom right-hand corner, basically, and his main at the same time. Mine taking down an Overlord right there, and we'll see if Mine has scouted the bottom right-hand corner. If he has scouted the bottom right-hand corner, he's going to be in a good position to really punish Jaedong, but it looks like Jaedong is in fact getting those lurkers out. I think he is going to be able to get enough lurkers, enough lings out in the field, along with those Mutalisks to keep harassing. 2 tanks being produced alongside. Jaedong needs to get some Dark Swarm out pretty quick here to deal with that. He does have the Queen's Nest going to the bottom right corner. He does have 3 gas, so he is in a pretty good position, and double upgrades pumping, and we do have Science Vessels alongside. But in the meantime, yeah, mine is actually a pretty good position. I think it's anyone's game at this point.
Yeah, we have seen a lot of Zergs going for that quick hive lately, and I think that SCV was trying to go down to the bottom right corner to see if that was there. Although I don't know why it isn't Comsat. Maybe it's conserving Comsat. But you do see sometimes Terrans will just send out a fire batter on SCV just to see if there's a hatchery somewhere. But yeah, Jaedong has his lurkers out now, though, so Mind has missed the window of moving out. And you're right, I wasn't paying too much attention, but he did lose a lot of meals. You can tell he doesn't have many left. Scourge is going in against the non-existent Science Vessel. Non-existent Science Vessel does not go down. So Mind pushing out here with a couple tanks, and I think Jaedong's probably going to be able to deal with that. He's just kind of keeping Mind occupied, keeping him, burrowing, unburrowing, keeping him settled until he gets a larger force. Once he does get a larger force, and once he gets Hive Tech out, I think it's going to be over, though. Mind is it me, or does Mind just... He's been playing with very few forces. He hasn't been able to build up much of an army this whole time.
Yeah, he really hasn't built a large force, and he hasn't reinforced very well. He's left it. This is the problem. He'll have his units out in the middle of the field, and Jaedong just goes to the resupply and just completely picks them off. In the meantime, he's expanded again to the mineral only, so Jaedong is now running out of 4 bases. Mine still hasn't expanded a 3rd time, not that he really needs to, because Medic Marine is fairly cheap. But he's going tanks alongside, and when you go tanks alongside, it really does kind of hurt your Medic Marine count, and tanks don't hurt Mutalisks here, as you can see them wandering back in. See, this is the problem right here, is his Mine oftentimes leaves his back door very vulnerable, as you can see, with the reinforcement line. He might lose that Science Vessel to those Mutalisks, almost losing the Science Vessel to those Mutalisks as a result, but he is going to save that Science Vessel. That is going to delay it quite a bit, though. Now we'll see if Mine can produce enough. I've seen him a lot. He really does prefer this. He prefers going with the tanks and the Science Vessels. We'll see if it'll be enough. The Lurkers are already down to kind of complement the Dark Swarm, though, and I can't think of many times where I've seen Mine actually end up winning a lot of battles against Zerg with this kind of tank, medic, marine, Science Vessel combination. I think he would be better off with more Science Vessels out in the field just generally.
Yeah, I didn't see, did he only have 1 starport up?
He's only got 1 starport, and he's only got that 1 Science Vessel out in the field. Everything else has gone to those tanks.
Yeah, oh, Defiler Mound. Yeah, so Jaedong is basically stalling. That's my theory, is he's just going to stall until he gets to the Defilers, because once those Defilers get out, the tanks will be basically nullified. It'll basically be... I mean, Jaedong, one of the things I failed to mention earlier, one of the reasons why mine does have a little bit of a chance is because Jaedong hasn't been completely on the top of his game the last month or so. He's been actually losing games that he really shouldn't have and getting eliminated from Star Leagues that he should win. So, taking that into account, usually, though, Jaedong's swarms are just perfect. He has like perfect swarms. Like swarm in the hands of Jaedong, you really get to see how unbalanced swarm can be. But oh, a ton of lurkers going in, a ton of leagues. He doesn't even wait for the swarm this time. The lurkers are not quite in a good position to take out all the tanks, but they are in a position to take out some of them. Huge slaughter of both sides, blood everywhere. Oh my god, you can go swimming in a lake of blood there. That was absolutely amazing. Neither side coming out with a dominant win. Oh, Jaedong sending his overlords in suicidally. There's the swarm. I really think Jaedong should have waited the next like 15 seconds that he needed for that swarm, and he would have come out of that battle with a huge army, and mine would not have had an army at all if he'd waited for that swarm, but he didn't. He panicked with his natural under attack and went in anyways. And both sides basically lost their army there. That was absolutely insane.
I think mine came out ahead, though. Now he's starting to push down to the bottom right corner. I don't think Jaedong has the forces to really defend it. Even with that Dark Swarm out in the field, I think mine can just play the dodging game and take it out. He is headed to that bottom right corner. A hold position lurk, delaying a little bit there, and that's, wow, that was brilliant by Jaedong, cutting that off with just a few lurkers and a few lings. And that's the other thing mine doesn't do very well. He does not protect his Science Vessels very well, and that's why I don't understand him going this build. If you can't protect your Science Vessels, why go fewer Science Vessels? I guess it's just what he's more comfortable with. Though in the meantime, yeah, as you can see, he's pushing up. He's just got kind of a skeleton crew of what he had before. A lot of those tanks got taken out, and so Jaedong actually in a very good position. He's economically ahead, in my opinion. Mine is starting to expand to the mineral only, and as you can see, once again, mine just not keeping his forces really well grouped together. It's called the Terran Ball for a reason. That's what's really formidable, is the Terran Ball, not the Terran spread out mass of things that can get slaughtered by Zerglings. And now, yeah, Science Vessels didn't end up losing Science Vessels there, but as you can see, he just tends to kind of put them out there a little too far. In the meantime, though, I think Jaedong with his swarms, he might be able to take out this force, but he's doing an excellent job on the defense right now. But in the meantime, Mind at full production now, also producing some some vultures alongside, maybe to put down some mines, be a little bit harassing. Looks like he's actually going to play a contained game from this point out. So maybe going to try to turn this into a long-haul economic thing. We'll see.
Oh, Scourge is going in. One science vessel goes down. Oh, I don't know how that second science vessel didn't die. I guess he must have attacked with the Marines just the last second there. Laying down some irradiates, but he does not have enough science vessels. You were right, he's more comfortable with the tanks, and so he went for some tanks instead of... He could have gotten more science vessels if he sacrificed the tanks, but he didn't want that mobility, I guess, and he's kind of paying for it right now. He doesn't have enough irradiates to really deal with the swarm right now, since tanks are not able to really do much underneath the swarm. Oh, the mine.
Spider mines do.
Oh! Took out like a dozen Zerglings. That was beautiful. But that was great. Mind is actually holding his own here. He's gotten his 4th base in the top left corner as well. If he puts up some more racks once that 4th base gets up, he's going to be even in bases with Jaedong, and he's just going to be able to put up a ton of stuff. I think that's why he's gone for the vultures. It's just another way of putting out some minerals, just spending some minerals and doing some damage. And again,
also dealing with Dark Storm.
Oh, his last science vessel goes down. Oh my gosh. So Mind depending entirely on Comsat right now.
Anyway, but yeah, I think those spider mines, it's a really clever maneuver. He's putting spider mines out in the field so that those Zerglings, first of all, they just get absolutely worked. And it looks like he is going to play a long-term economic contained game. I'm very surprised with that. With the spider mines, also, the lurkers are going to have a hard... And going dropships. If he can get a drop-off on the backside, I don't know if Jaedong has anything in the back... Oh, going right across some overlords there. So we'll see if this is a two-pronged attack just to be distractionary. But there is that Sunken Colony right there to deal with that. But that's not going to hold up against this. And so now that's where his hive is. I forgot about that. So he might lose his hive here. Jaedong really needs to get off his butt. And a combination attack, he's going to lose something here. Either the bottom right hand corner with the Queen's Nest, or basically his main hive. Although fortunately the rest of his tech is in the back door, so he doesn't have to worry about that otherwise. And now pushing up with the Zerglings, but it's really hard to kick Zerglings. Ooh, mine actually out of position there. Those are cracklings, but not completely behind the mineral line. Again, not bunching them up, but he is going to be able to take out that bottom right hand corner. Jaedong is going to be in some economic trouble here. His main is completely mined out. His secondary is stopped. He's only mining out of his mineral only. Mind is in a very good position to take this game down.
Diggity, I think Mind is gonna win this game. Mind is who lost in the GOM TV Sambo whatever classic thingy to a no-name Zerg. Great, by great. Well, he's not no-name, but Mind lost to Great 2-0, and now he's going to come back and beat the best Zerg in the world. On a Zerg favoring map, the map of which Jaedong has never lost on. Now, I say it looks like he's going to win. If anyone can come back in this, it is Jaedong, so I'm not going to count him out completely yet, but he's definitely at a disadvantage right now, and I did not expect mine to be in this good of a position, and even to take this game to this long of a game.
The Lord has blessed us with commentaries of the week. It just seems week by week we're just getting awesome matchups here, incredible upsets left and right. But now in the meantime, Mind in the meantime. Jaedong doing a good job of just being distractionary. He's just throwing everything at Mind right now just to try to distract these forces out. Looks like that second evolution chip are going to go down in the bottom right hand corner. Probably going to lose that Queen's Nest as well. Single lurker just hanging out there in the meantime. There's battles happening all over the map, and honestly, I think that that favors Mind actually because Jaedong can't keep replacing his units. It looks like he's setting up to do kind of an attack at the main here. As you can see, gathering up towards the middle of the map. He is starting to break a little bit of this contain, but just running headlong into the Terran wall is not what he wants to do at this point. He's running out of resources. He can't just keep expending resources like this.
Well, there's not much of a wall right now is the thing. I don't know where Mind's forces are. He got a ton of medics running around, running away from Zerglings. He's got a few Marines with it. He's got one Marine in the bottom right with the Lurker chilling, watching him kill the entire base. And the Lurker still didn't do anything. The Queen's Nest goes down. And this drop goes in. Oh, man, if Mind... He's going to see it. He needs to react to this. But if Mind loses any tech or any drones... Oh, my God. I mean, Jaedong GG's at the sight of the drop. And, oh, my God. Mind, the upsetter of Bisu. The one who tore Bisu off of his throne bodily, threw him on the ground and stomped on his throat in the MSL, has now taken... the King of Zerg off of his, well, maybe not off his throne, it's just a Pro League game, but has now beaten Jaedong for the first time ever on this map. That was I did not expect that whatsoever. That's absolutely amazing.
It was hilarious because at the beginning of this we're like, "Wow, is there any way that Mind can win this?" Well, one of us has to take Mind's side and talk about how it's possible and things like that. And here's Mind taking down the victory. That's incredible. Really, things working out well for We Made Fox. They've had the 1-2-3 combination, Pure, who's undefeated, Mind, who's playing incredibly, and Nada. They're just taking set after set after set with that three combination, and just like and even if one of them loses, their 2 versus 2 isn't bad, and they're just playing really well in Pro League. This wow, that really impresses me, and hopefully this won't cut in. In the past, I feel like Nada has been hurt by this. I hope Nada doesn't, or I'm sorry, I hope that Mind doesn't get hurt by having all this kind of pressure in Pro League as well. But in the meantime, they're in a really good position in this league.
Yeah, they are actually doing really, really well. It's funny how sometimes just one or two players can really carry a team, and we've seen that a lot lately. In fact, for instance, KTF is in like second place because of Flash and Flash alone. So and I think Jaedong basically led Lakef to their win in the Pro League last season. So, but yeah, Nada used to be the only good player on We Made, and he wasn't even that good a couple seasons ago. He stepped it up, and Mind has stepped back up after a bit of a slump after his MSL victory. And I haven't seen too much of Pure, but I have noticed him winning a couple games. He's undefeated in Pro League.
He's 7-0.
Jesus Christ!
As far as
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's undefeated.
That is that's ridiculous. I think he's 4 set of this match too, actually. But that was crazy. Yeah, we were talking before the commentary about how we needed to try and say something. Now here's the thing though, is I'm wondering if this is a sign of Jaedong being in a bit of a slump, because I mean, I still believe that if Jaedong played this game like he did all of last season, all of the OSL that he won, then he would have beaten Mind the way that Mind was playing. Because Mind was playing a little bit, he made a few mistakes here, and I think Jaedong could have exploited those mistakes a couple months ago. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that was all Mind, or do you think Jaedong made mistakes? I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I
honestly, on the micro side, I don't think Jaedong looked as sharp as he usually does. For definitely, and he lost a ton of Mutalisks on that harass. I think he lost
true.
4 or 5, and so really, I think that's the difference between here and there. Maybe that's because just the way the game has shifted because of that Terran Fast expand, going that range upgrade, going that weapons 1, which is really an anti-Mutalisk sort of build. I just feel like Zerger on the back foot generally right now. Actually, no, I take that back. It's kind of shifted. The Bisu build seems to be cracked at the moment. Just that mass Hydralist build that all the Zerg are doing, and now it's kind of there. But right now the Terran are in really strong positions. Seems with that fast expand, Terran are basically rolling over Zerg left and right, and also with the kind of the flash build against Protoss, it's really good time to be a Terran, I guess. But Mind, I still don't think he won that game. I think he needs to learn to use Medic and Marine, really, is do SK Terran. I still think that's the more effective build, and I know he prefers mech, but when he has those tanks, it just seems like I've seen him lose a lot of times, and here he beat Jaedong, but honestly, I still think it was a little sloppy. I just don't. I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to get those tanks out, and he's trying to push before the Defilers come, and I can't remember the last time I saw him actually accomplish that, where he managed to get the tanks up and take down expansion before the Defilers were raining down. Because as soon as the Defilers come out alongside those lurkers, he just can't unsiege in time to save any of those tanks. And so I really think he does need to just go with Medic Marine more often. I don't think this kind of supplemented Terran build will help him against Zerg in the long run. But yeah, taking this game down against it, I think it really is more Jaedong not playing well as opposed to Mind looking brilliant. Because Mind, as far as his micro right there were a lot of, especially with the Medic Marines, they were just spread out all over the place, a little bit here and there. He did have Fire Bats kind of backing things off, but Mind didn't really have an effective Terran ball, in my opinion. But Jaedong didn't really exploit it at the same time, so.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, hopefully Mind takes some lessons from Nada. I mean, Nada he's been playing. Nada's obviously not like one of the best players right now, but he's damn good. But his Terran versus Zerg, even if he's not playing it well, it is freaking awesome. And I mean, you watch his Terran versus Zerg. That's one of my favorite things about Nada is the fact that he can have his little group of Medic Marines, and he'll run away from the lurkers and kill things and run away. And he'll have like 5 Marines last for like 10 minutes and kill like 50 units 100 Zerglings and 20 Lurkers and all he makes them survive. And you're right, we didn't see that at all from Mind. He kind of had his unit spread out. He didn't really run away as well as you usually see players do, and that kind of thing. I wonder, I still my mind goes back to that huge battle where Jaedong 10 seconds before having Swarm, he decided to run in with all of his units, and there was a ton of tanks spread out there and just slaughtered his lurkers. And I think if he'd waited for Swarm, put down a few Swarms for that battle, he would have come out of that battle with an army, and Mind would not have had an army, and he would have won the game from that point on. But after that, Mind was still able to keep control of the middle, and Jaedong was not able to play the macro game that he usually does and expand everywhere, and he just didn't have the map control after that battle.
Yeah. I think what he didn't expect, I don't think he expected the additional tanks behind Mind's force right there. He ran in, and I think he was just expecting those 2 tanks up top, and then when those 4 tanks were behind, he just got absolutely worked. I have to admit, though, it was really nice to see Mind putting mines out in the field. I think mines are kind of underestimated. Honestly, yeah, I know the science SKT, Terran with the science vessels and whatnot. Mines can be really hazardous towards medic marine, but honestly, if you're not going down an area, why not put some mines down? I think it would just be kind of nice for some visualization of map, or I should say map vision, and also mines just really wreak havoc on Zerg players, especially when they're trying to rely on Zerglings. Unless the Zerg player is going entirely Mutalisk, which generally you don't want to do unless you're Jaedong from a bit ago, or I guess Quanro at times. You do have to rely on heavier ground units, and those mines just wreak havoc. And it's only 75 minerals, so honestly, I say why not? I'd like to see more Vulture use in the Terran versus Zerg matchup, and so maybe because Mind is doing this, maybe more Terran players will see that. Maybe that'll just be another thing added to the arsenal. We'll see.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, you just reminded me of something. It's a good segue, but I just realized I was saying that Jaedong hadn't lost a game on this match to Terran, and I'm not sure where I got that from. I think I might have actually gotten that from our wonderful writers. By the way, they're again JWD and Mr. Bitter are doing really good write ups on the games, the commentary of the week games before they happen. They're perfect to get you hyped up. I was really excited about this match because of their write up, hyped me up a lot. So check those out. And the commentary of the week for next week is up already, so for voting. So go ahead and check that out. But the reason I was reminded of that is because Ruby versus Jaedong is one of the choices for next week's commentary, and I remember that Ruby actually did beat Jaedong on this map, so it must not have been his only loss on this map. I'm not sure exactly where I got that in my head, um, but the point was is
Shrug.
that Jaedong went all Mulisks on that game, and and that ended up losing it for him. Although we have seen some players like Luxury just did it to someone in one of the Star Leagues recently, where he just went all Mutalisks and completely tore the Terran apart on a different map. In any case, so go right now, look in the description of this video, and click on the link, and go vote for next week's commentary of the week, and that will be commentary of the week number 4. And there's a lot of exciting options for this one, so I'm looking forward to actually a close race. The last couple ones have been very, very good games to comment, but there hasn't been too much competition in the votes. I'm expecting this week to be really, really close in the voting, so go check that out. Any last thoughts from you?
Nope, just check out the forum, and also check out SC for All. They put up a new feature that is freaking awesome. They've got the videos up, and then right alongside they've got the build order and kind of a discussion of the strategy right in there under, I think, Pro Strategy section. It's really nice. I kind of wish that SC2GG had something like that. It is fantastic, and I'm not kidding, so I'm going to hype that up a little bit. And also Yankee League is going to be starting up pretty soon. And otherwise, yeah, go check out all the other SC2GG commentators, Combat, who basically gives us shoutouts every single week, and of course the writers. So yeah, and that's it for me.
All right, cool. Yeah, that does sound pretty cool. Actually, I'm gonna check that out myself. I didn't know about that. All right. Oh, I forgot to implement the other smell-o-vision things. I was gonna have him go and get a coconut and an old sock, and all right. Well, like maybe next week. All right. Take care.